Alright, we are continuing the countdown until Donkey Kong Bananza launches. We've done 7 questions for 7 days left. We've done 6 enemies that we're looking forward to tackling. And today we're going to talk about 5 Fractone buddies. Those weird little crystal guys who don't mind getting their faces smashed in. If you like these kinds of countdowns and want me to keep going, let me know. We're starting off with the basic guys. These kind of trapezoidal shaped dudes who are just kind of hopping around, chilling, looking at you from the sidelines. But these guys are flexible and they can do more than just give side eye. They can point the way, they can act confused when Donkey Kong goes past, and it looks like they can even be builders. We've got a little Bob the Builder Fractone guy here. I don't know what that's for. These are the basic Fractones we're going to see the most of throughout the game, and I'm excited to give them a friendly little punch in the face. Alright, Fractone buddy number 2, we've got Metronome Fractones. These guys hosting a rave with the zebras. They're keeping time to the music. They're letting us know when to dance, and I appreciate that as somebody who has got no rhythm. I'm going to follow along with my Metronome Fractone buddies, and I'm going to be the coolest Kong on the dance floor. Then we got this giraffe looking guy who shows us a whole other world of Fractones. Apparently, they can't just be bashed in, they can be added to. But what might be slightly upsetting is where exactly is Donkey Kong getting the other Fractone material to add on to this guy? Is he pulling chunks off of this giraffe's friend and smashing them onto his face? Just to turn around and smash his face back in? Once we have our hands on the game, I want to do a whole video on the ecology, or maybe it's the geology, of Donkey Kong Bananza, because I think there is some weird stuff going on here. But this giraffe guy doesn't seem to mind one bit. Alright, then there's our Home Sweet Home Fractones. These little buddies give us a place to rest and turn on some tunes, and it looks like our house buddy turns into a little butler. What's this butler guy gonna do for us? I don't know. Are we gonna be able to buy some of the stuff from here instead of having to go over to the stuff shop? Or is he just greeting us properly as a Kong should be greeted when he comes home to his uncomfortable metal bed? I don't know. And then finally, we got this poor guy who opens up a whole other set of questions about the geology of this world. What exactly are Fractones? Are they rock and crystal? Are they ice? This guy's giving us a chunk of himself to go across the lava, but it starts melting. So is it rock or is it ice? But mostly I just wonder about the inner life of this guy. He's sitting there not only okay with getting his face smashed in, but his whole purpose in life is to get chunks of himself torn off so that somebody can go and melt it across lava. He's always thought of himself as a nice rock crystal, but now he's having to confront the reality that he might in fact be ice. And either way, his whole purpose in life is to get chunks of himself torn off over and over and over again. Well, those are 5 Fractones I'm looking forward to punching in the face. If you like these countdowns and want me to keep going, let me know. And subscribe so we can discover more about Donkey Kong Bananza together when it launches.